So here we are at one of the trellises. This one has the cucumber plants on it. From afar, my cucumber plants look great. You know, they're growing nice and tall. I mean, this one's got to be almost 5 foot tall. You know, I'm 6 foot tall. I'm standing under the trellis. It's almost up to my shoulder. Looking at these cucumber plants a little closer, I saw ants crawling up one of the stems. You know, I was hoping they were just passing through. But as I followed them up and started turning over the leaves, I found the real problem. So you can see the ants. They're crawling up the stem, right? So I'm just following these ants and I'm flipping leaves. A leaf that looks white like this, you know, I'm going to think is the first problem. But I turn this one over and it's fine. There's nothing there. So this one probably had an issue before, but I've taken care of it so the leaf's a little bit whiter. But now I come to this leaf and look at, you can see the ants. You know, they're farming the aphids. And that's the problem. And what are the aphids doing? Well, they're sucking the life out of the leaves. Your cucumber plants have to have leaves in order to produce cucumbers. So you need to come out here, be a detective, you know, every so many days, just walk out, look slow. But during watering season, I like to hand water because each plant I'm just standing there watering and I can see, you know, it takes a little bit for your eyes to get accustomed to see something moving or something that's, you know, that's not right. And you know, just spend some time, a little bit of time in the garden every day or every few days, every couple days, and just look. And you'll see the signs, you know, be a detective. You'll see the signs, just like the ants. I mean, they're showing me there's a problem. And that's why I like to keep the bottom of these cucumber plants nice and clean. You know, I clip the leaves. I don't want leaves down here. I want to be able to see that stem. So, and that was a good example. You know, if I had all leaves covering that stem, I would have never seen those ants. But it was really easy for me to see the ants and then just start coming up and flipping leaves until I found the problem. So how am I going to fix the problem? Well, with aphids, they're very delicate. So there's two things you can do. Get a hose, put the spray on a little bit high, and just spray the underside of your leaves. That's, you know, do that every few days. The aphids will fall down, something will eat them or they'll die, and, you know, they're not real tough. The second way is to, and I already had this made, so that's what I'm going to do. You know, I use a Castile soap with no scents or anything in it, just a pure Castile soap. I just want it pure soap because this is, you're putting it on plants you're going to eat. And then I put it in a pump sprayer. I have just a little bit in here. So I put, you know, a capful. This is a 1 gallon sprayer, and about a half a gallon of water I put in for a little bit less than a capful. So I have just a little bit of soap in here. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm not going to spray the whole plant. I'm only going to spray the leaf or leaves that have the issue where I see the ants farming the aphids. That's it. Okay, so we see the ants. So they're the aphids. You see the ants roaming around, so you know there's a reason they're staying there. You know, even if you can't see it, there's a reason they're staying there. We watched them climb up the stem, right? We saw that. They're climbing right now. Look, there's more right there. We followed it up. We flipped leaves. We found where the ants were conjugated. We found the aphids. So now what we're going to do is I'm just going to spray the leaves where the issue is. So I'm going to take my sprayer and I'm just going to soak that leaf. And that's it. So I hope that tip helped. Get out there and just look at your garden every once in a while. You know, be a detective. It's fun to find stuff. I mean, I love finding stuff, even though, you know, it is hurting my plants, but it was cool kind of finding it. So I was able to see the bottom because I keep it nice and clean. You know, don't keep any leaves on here. You can see how it's nice and open. I found the ants conjugated on one leaf and farming aphids. So then I knew I had a problem, and quick fix, a little bit of soap and water solution, and that's going to fix it. So I am going to come out here though each day for the next few days, see if I miss some or if they move to a different, you know, leaf or leaves, and you know, and that should be it, and it should be good for a little while. It is mid-July in Florida. It's hot and humid, so you know this is bug time, and you know, we're not growing a whole lot right now. I pulled my tomatoes, and you know, we are growing cucumbers and melons and, you know, things like that. Peppers still, but you know, mid-July in Florida, yeah, I kind of slow down the growing. So I hope that tip helped. Get outside, get outdoors, and have some fun. And thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.